What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So we've had the announcement that there are blank and double game weeks coming up in FPL. So here's just going to be a quick video and we're going to cover off a few things as a beginner's guide to how we tackle these blank and double game weeks in game week 18 and game week 19. If you like this video and you find it useful, please smash that like button and hit subscribe and turn on notifications. There'll be plenty more useful videos coming up throughout the remaining of the season, as well as live streams every week to get your questions answered live. But let's get into the useful information. We're going to have a look specifically at that blank game week 18, have a look at the double game week in game week 19, who has the best fixtures in that game week 19 that we should target to bring into our teams, if we should be using any of our FPL chips, the triple captain, the bench boost, the free hit, any of that in these game weeks, and then a summary with a nice graphic produced by Ben Krellin. If you don't follow him over on Twitter, make sure you go and do so. So, to get started, the first point we're going to have a look at is the blank game week in game week 18. Only 5 matches will take place, so half of the matches are moved into game week 19. Only 10 teams play, and we'll have a look at which of those teams play and which blank. We will also be having a look at the double game week 19. Now, in game week 18 there are only 5 fixtures because those other 5 fixtures are moved into game week 19, so there are 15 fixtures that take place. 10 teams have 1 match and the other 10 teams have 2 matches. No team have a blank game week, but just half of the teams have a double game week with their matches from game week 18 moved into game week 19. So within game week 18, let's have a look at the teams with matches and the teams without matches. So the 10 teams that have matches are Sheffield United, Newcastle, Wolves, Everton, Manchester City, Brighton, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal and Crystal Palace. These teams will play in game week 18. Now onto the teams with no fixtures. We have West Ham, Leicester, Chelsea, West Brom, Manchester United, Burnley, Fulham, Southampton, Leeds and Liverpool. So these 10 teams have no fixture in game week 18 and so will have a blank game week, and if you have them in your FPL team they will score a big 0 in that week. In the blank game week 18, what are the actual fixtures? So Sheffield United, Newcastle, we then have Wolves, Everton, Manchester City against Brighton, Aston Villa and Tottenham, and then Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Players that you'll want to be targeting in this will be your Manchester City assets, your Tottenham assets specifically, and maybe your Newcastle players as well, but it will depend on who's in form going into that week. But we'll have a look later, and my proposed strategy for you all is that actually you shouldn't be bringing these players into your team at the moment, but we'll get onto that in a bit more detail further on. So now onto the bit you're really interested in, the double game week. So let's have a look at the teams with 1 fixture. So this is exactly the same list as the teams who have a fixture in game week 18. So Sheffield United, Newcastle, Wolves, Everton, Manchester City, Brighton, Aston Villa, Tottenham, Arsenal and Crystal Palace all have 1 fixture. Now the teams with 2 fixtures are the same as the teams that had a blank game week in game week 18. So West Ham, Leicester, Chelsea, West Brom, Manchester United, Burnley, Fulham, Southampton, Leeds and Liverpool. So as we've said before, the teams that had a blank game week in game week 18, their fixtures are just shifted into game week 19 so that they then have a double game week. So with those teams that have a double game week, which of them have the best fixtures? Which of them should we bring in our teams to target in order to get the best score when that double game week 19 comes around? So first of all, we have West Ham, who have Burnley at home, followed by West Brom at home. 2 great home fixtures for West Ham, and you'll definitely be wanting these assets in your team for game week 19. Next up we have Leeds, who have Brighton at home and Southampton at home. Again, 2 favourable home fixtures for Leeds. Third in the list we have Chelsea, who have Fulham away and Leicester away. 2 good enough fixtures for Chelsea, although both fall away from home. Next we have Southampton, who again have 2 away fixtures with Leicester away and Leeds away. You'll see that there is a trend with people either having 2 home fixtures or 2 away fixtures. Just with the way the fixtures have fallen and the 2 game weeks that have been combined, this is what's happened. Next in the list we have Leicester, who have Southampton at home and Chelsea at home. Mixed fixtures with the form of the 2 teams they're playing, but both coming at home is always beneficial for the team. Next we have West Brom, who have Wolves away and West Ham away. Could be potentially good fixtures from a defensive point of view, although could struggle when you look for them to score goals. Next on the list we have Liverpool, who have 2 home fixtures against Manchester United and Burnley. Now, Liverpool do fall halfway down this list, but it is remembering that Liverpool can produce points and score goals against anyone in the league, so it's definitely still worth considering their assets for the double game week. Next on the list we have Manchester United, who have Liverpool away, which is a tough fixture, but then a Fulham away fixture, which is much better than that Liverpool away fixture. So one good one and one bad one for Manchester United in the double game week. Next on the list we have Burnley, who have West Ham away and Liverpool away. A tough away fixture, especially that Liverpool one. West Ham, again, could be good from a defensive point of view, but maybe not for your attacking Burnley players. And finally on the list we have Fulham, who have the hardest run. Yes, both are at home, but it is Chelsea and Manchester United for Fulham. So although it's a double game week, I'd prefer single game week players over these Fulham assets, and I probably wouldn't advise owning Fulham players for that double game week. So, now that we've looked at who have the best fixtures and who have the worst fixtures, the question is, should we be playing any of our FPL chips in these game weeks? So I've got 4 options for you guys about whether you should be playing your chips depending on what you have left. So, on to option 1, we have free hit in game week 18 and triple captain in game week 19. So what this means is you just completely ignore game week 18, don't think about it, use your free transfers to bring in players who have a double game week in game week 19, and then when game week 18 comes around, just play your free hit and bring in 11 players from Man City and Tottenham and other clubs that have that fixture in game week 18, and don't worry about it until it comes, and then play your triple captain in game week 19. Now this is the strategy that I currently plan on adopting. My bench isn't strong enough to use my bench boost, so I will probably use my triple captain in game week 19 and use my free hit in game week 18. Option 2 we have is very similar, a free hit in game week 18 but a bench boost in game week 19. Now this will depend how strong you can get your bench going into that game week 19. If you can do it, it's best to use option 2, but I don't want to be using all of my transfers to get a strong bench for game week 19, hence why I'm going with option 1. If you do have a strong bench, I would advise going with option 2 over option 1 for the double game week. Now, on to option 3. Now, these two options are for people who do not have their free hit chip left. I know a lot of you will have already used it so far this season, for example, when Aston Villa had their blank game week. So what should you do if you don't have it left? So, option 3 for you, game week 18, plan with your transfers to bring in lots of players who play in that week. So bring in your Man City players, bring in your Harry Kanes, your Heung-min Sons of Tottenham who have a fixture to make sure you can put out 11 players in game week 18. Then in game week 19, play your second wild card. Now this will allow you to bring in plenty of players who have the double game week in game week 19, as well as planning for the rest of the season. That's the first option, but if you don't want to be playing your second wildcard, I have option 4 for you. So plan for game week 18 with your free transfers to put out maybe 9 or 10 players, which should be enough in the blank game week. And then use your other maybe 1 or 2 free transfers to plan for game week 19 to have maybe 4 or 5 double game week players, and combine that with your triple captainship. So you can have some double game week players, play your triple captain to try and make up the ground on the other people who maybe have 11 double game week players, and just use your free transfers as best you can to plan with game week 18 and 19. So that if you don't have your free hit chip, these are the 2 options that I'd go with. Finally, onto a quick summary that we've got from Ben Crellin. Now, this is a quick way, a summary in which you can take a screenshot of, or it's available on his Twitter. Make sure to go and follow him over there. The top 10 teams have no fixture in 18 and a double game week fixture in 19. And then the bottom 10 teams have a fixture in both. So they do not blank in 18, but they do not blank in 19. So it's just a quick summary for you all there on what's going to happen for the 10 teams that do blank and the 10 teams that don't blank. So that's a quick summary there. I hope this video has been useful. Just a quick guide to the doubles and blanks coming up in game week 19. If you have any questions on it, drop me a note on Twitter or in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys in the run up to game week 18 and 19. It's a real way that we can make gains and grounds on our mini league rivals who may be less well prepared than us going into these fixtures. So I hope you guys have found this useful. It definitely is cleared up my thinking on what I plan on doing and going with that option 1. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you found it useful. There'll be plenty more videos coming for you over the Christmas period and throughout the rest of the season, as well as live streams that can really help you get your questions answered live as well. So make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you have enjoyed. But that's all we've got time for, and I will see you next time. Good luck, everyone.